Today I Nerd Out, I'm going to go over my 4K collection because it's the third time I recorded this. So, roll the intro. Hello Nerd Out, to show me Nerd Out, my name is JustinTime. Like I said, we're going over my 4K collection. You will notice that none of my 4Ks have slipcovers. That's because I just took them all off last night to kind of give them more space to slide around and that, so it's easier to pull movies out. I didn't throw them away, don't worry. I know some people get scared when they see people with no slipcovers. They're all in a drawer, safe. Some are out of the drawer right now because I just did a video on slipcovers that will come out next week. I'm going to go over them. I'm not going to go in order because that would be too close to the last one. Link here if you want to see that one, see how much it grew. It only grew by 10. We'll start off with my very first 4K. Bought it because I couldn't find a Blu-ray of it and really wanted to watch it. I missed it in the theaters. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This is my second favorite movie of 2018. I think that's when it came out. I think that's when I figured it out. See, it says 2017 on here, but if this is from 2017, here's the actual year. It is my favorite movie of that year. Unless it's 2018, then it's A Quiet Place was my favorite movie of that year. Yeah, this is the first movie. I really enjoyed it, watching it. A lot of people found it problematic. I saw those problems too, but I just had fun. This is a franchise about dinosaurs coming back to life, you know, and my favorite movie of all time is the first film in this franchise, so nothing's gonna top that. But I'll have fun. Next up is my newest 4K, which is The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I've never seen the Conjuring films. This is the only film that I've actually went out and bought recently. Just came out. It's based off the actual trial where they pleaded innocent due to demonic possession. Spoilers, I read about the actual trial. He still went to jail or psychiatric or a psychiatric ward. But this is the first one. I'm hoping to find the other two on 4K. I have a few Conjuring movies, or Conjuring-verse movies, mainly the Annabelle movies. Just two of them, but I wouldn't mind finding the other ones. Next up is a movie I brought up in the last Nerd Out about it having, or me being fearful of watching it because everyone's hyped it up so much that I'm afraid that I'm not gonna see it reach that hype. And that's Joker. I know I heard it's a great film, and that's why I'm scared, because people say it's a great film, but I don't want to watch it and not think it's a great film. Next up is a video game movie that I didn't expect to be as good as it was. Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked the fact that the studio listened to the fans and that they knew that the fans were correct. Wish another studio did the same thing. All in all, I really enjoyed it. I liked Ben Schwartz is the voice for Sonic. I liked Jim Carrey was my favorite part of the movie. And it's nice to see James Marsden in a film, because last time I saw him was in Hop. Alright, now this film that we're looking at, I reviewed on the channel, and I'm here to tell you to not buy it on 4K. Again, it's called Monster Hunter, starring Mila Jovovich, based off the Monster Hunter video games, specifically Monster Hunter 4. If you want to see all my problems with it, click the card to find it and that. But otherwise, don't watch it. If you want to watch it, stream it. Don't buy it. It's not worth the money. Next up, this is the only one that this is the only 4K that never had a slipcover in my collection. The rest of them did, besides the steelbooks. But it is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey. I love watching this around Christmas time. I'll probably talk about it around Christmas time this year. But, you know, this is the film where the Dr. Seuss estate looked at it and went, okay. And then Cat in the Hat came out, and that's when they went, no live action. So, they did something right. This wasn't the movie that lost the live action privileges. Next up, we have a trilogy of films. I decided it's an MCU trilogy. If it's gonna be an MCU trilogy on 4K, it should be this one, Captain America. I have all three: First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. I've seen them all. Oh, I felt like the Captain America trilogy would be the best to watch in 4K, because two of them are set more realistically than the rest of the MCU, and then once the damn it, why am I blanking on the Russo brothers? Once they give the Russo brothers the reins in the MCU, that's when I think the MCU started getting better. Alright, this one's more of an artsy film. I got this the same time I got the Captain America trilogy. It's Ex Machina. I'm gonna explain the premise. Poe Dameron takes General Hux to the middle of nowhere at his rich mansion to meet his robot AI Lara Croft. And Hux falls in love with Lara Croft. Next we have a Disney film. I just got Disney Plus in August, so this kind of doesn't make sense anymore that I have it. Although I will say I am trying to buy Disney movies still, because you never know when Disney will decide to just put them in the vault again. But it's Raya and the Last Dragon. I say Raya as well, but I can't. I always hear Raya. I pronounce Raya, although I haven't seen it. As you can see, it's in the plastic and that. I was interested in this film. The most I know of this film is people pointed out that two things looked eerily similar to the Avatar Last Airbender franchise. One being a mask looking a lot like the Blue Spirit mask, and then Raya's younger design, like her as a kid or like a child or preteen, looked eerily similar to Korra from The Legend of Korra. Another movie that's still in its plastic, I want to watch it, but I promised my mom I'd watch it with her, is A Quiet Place Part 2. I really loved A Quiet Place, so obviously I need A Quiet Place Part 2, although I do want to upgrade Quiet Place 4K as well. But Quiet Place Part 2, it's the sequel to one of my favorite thrillers, I guess, or I guess horror, and Cillian Murphy's in it. Cillian Murphy's a great actor. Next up we have Spider-Man Far From Home. I've never seen Spider-Man Far From Home. This was from the time where I opened up the movies out of the plastic, even if I hadn't seen them. So, that's why I usually keep plastic. But can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna do some videos on the Spider-Man movies when No Way Home comes out. Next we have the king of the monsters himself, when he came back in 2014. Godzilla, in its plastic. I only seen clips from this movie, and I know that one of the big arguments with this film is that you barely see Godzilla, mainly because of how they lit scenes. But they improved it later on. But can't wait to watch this when the number generator picks it. Next we have one of my steelbooks. It's for one of my favorite DreamWorks films, and probably my favorite film in the franchise, or in its franchise, the first Shrek movie. This celebrated its 20th anniversary this year, so they released it on steelbook and in 4K. This is the Target exclusive steelbook, because that's where I got it. So I think this is the exclusive steelbook for there. I haven't watched it in a while though. Like in general, I haven't checked out the movie in a while. Next we have a movie. It breaks my rule of not taking out the plastic unless I've seen it or I'm going to watch it, but it's only because I heard one of the discs. I think it has multiple discs. Yeah, I heard one of the discs shuffling around in it, and it's Nobody. I watched the trailer and I went, ooh, John Wick vibes. I liked John Wick, and then I read that from the writer John Wick. I went, ooh, I think I'll like that. I'll check it out. So I can't wait for the number generator to pick this one as well. This is my other 4K steelbook. I only have the two, but it's for Avengers Endgame. Obviously, this is Best Buy exclusive steelbook. On the front you have all the surviving Avengers, and then on the back you have all the Avengers that got dusted. And inside, I'll just show the one side because it only has one disc. But you have the two Avengers that fell that couldn't get brought back. Iron Man and Black Widow. And they're also signed by the actors. Next up, we have a film that I upgraded, actually. I upgraded from the Blu-ray to the 4K, because they released the 4K this year. And it is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I watched it first a couple years ago for the first time in college, and then I picked up the Blu-ray, and then just, I think it was I think last month, I bought it on 4K. The second to last movie is one that you probably shouldn't buy on 4K. Like, if you can get away with it, buy it on DVD or just stream it on Disney Plus. It is a shit movie, and I feel so bad for all the actors that had to participate in the trilogy for it to get to this point. That is the Rise of Skywalker. I see my brother and his wiener dog walking outside, but yeah, it's a shit movie. Don't buy it on 4K. The reason I bought it on 4K is I'm trying to upgrade the rest of them to 4K. That's it. That's the only reason. If you're upgrading the rest of them, just upgrade. Just then buy on 4K. Otherwise, the final film is the second 4K I've ever bought. It's Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing. I really love this film. It's been so long since I've seen it. I'm going to talk about it this Halloween Spectacular, though, so I'm going to be watching it. I'm planning it. But those are all my 4Ks that I have. Let me know in the comments below what 4Ks you have. Do you share any of the 4Ks like me? Let me know, and until next video, I'll see you in the future. Bye, guys.